morning, squad. Happy Friday. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, the number one spot for everything sports talk, sports news, sports debate in the morning. And we got a beautiful rundown today. We got to break down another ugly Thursday night football game of the Washington Commanders beating the Chicago Bears 12-7 in Chicago. Then we got to break down a 26th woman filing a lawsuit against Deshaun Watson. What does that mean for Deshaun moving forward? Then we're going to shift our gear into basketball and Westbrook's explanation for him missing the huddle in those two incidents that were magnified on, what was that, Wednesday, I believe? On Wednesday. And of course, I got to touch on the Michigan Wolverines, my Michigan Wolverines, hosting the Penn State Nittany Lions this Saturday at 12 noon in the Big House. And my 49ers hosting or going to Atlanta to face the Atlanta Falcons, and does Atlanta have a shot of upsetting my Niners this Sunday? Let's get into it, gang. Okay, let's start off episode 33, going back to Thursday night football and breaking down the second ugly Thursday night football game in a row. Yesterday, at least we had an offensive explosion in comparison to last week, and then the start of last night's game with a touchdown in the fourth quarter. What we had, another field goal in the fourth quarter. We had like 10 points scored in that fourth quarter. You feel what I'm saying? That's an offensive explosion compared to these last two. How these last two Thursday night football games have gone of late. But let's get right into my breakdown. My breakdown is just Justin Fields. It looks so hard for Justin Fields out there for him to execute. Matt Eberflus is not creating a game plan for Justin Fields to be successful in. He's just not. And when you look at it, before I go all the way in, Justin Fields has to hit that little play action on the goal line where he just overshoots the tight end. You got to hit that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Lay that ball up. You cannot line drive that thing past the tight end and not get any points. You cannot go down and get inside the 5-yard line in 3 different drives and not get any points. You got to get in the end zone one time out of those 12 plays. You had 2 turnovers on downs and then 1 interception. So to me, Justin, you got to do way better. You got to do a lot better. I think he was kind of a little deterred from trying to run once he got in the goal line, because that one time he did run, he got absolutely demolished at the goal line. Safety just flew down and absolutely clapped him. So I think that kind of deterred him, not to mention he was getting beat up the entire game. So I think that kind of deterred him. But Matt Eberflus is not making it any better. This man to go down there, drop back. Like, bro, do a play action, do a RPO, do a read option. Do a read option. Something that Justin Fields is used to doing, something he's used to reading. You got this man dropping back, trying to read the whole defense. He's not that tall, trying to see over this big offensive line, and he's not seeing anybody. You can't sit up there and say that. You got 3 different analysts all saying the same thing. Richard Sherman, Andrew Whitworth, and Ryan Fitzpatrick all saying, get Justin Fields on the move, get Justin Fields on the move. You see his athleticism. Literally, when you look at how they're winning or they're in these games, this is in spite of how Matt Eberflus calls the plays and devises a game plan for them to win. It's all on Justin Fields and his athleticism and his extreme athleticism. I'm talking about he drop backs, he making 2 elite rushers miss, go ahead, get 20, 30 yards like that, run at the end of the game yesterday was just magnificent. Why are y'all not running more read options, RPOs? Where's the jet sweeps at? Where's the wide receiver bubble screens at? Where are y'all making the game easy for Justin Fields at? Nowhere. And I'm gonna tell you this: these coaches that are like Matt Eberflus, I don't know who you're looking towards, because maybe CJ Stroud is a pocket quarterback, but when was the last time we seen Ohio State quarterback transfer to the NFL? Never. Then you think about Bryce Young; he's a dual threat quarterback. Hendon Hooker, dual threat quarterback. You got to catch up to what the NFL is doing right now. You cannot come out there like you about to find the next Peyton Manning. There was one Peyton Manning, bro. You be expecting Justin Fields to go out there and read defenses as like he the greatest, reader of defenses of all time. Doesn't make sense. Simplify the game, read the end, read that linebacker. If he moves here, he moves there, you do this, you do that. Easy 1-2 boo bang. You don't see all that with Kansas City and Andy Reid. You don't see that with my Niners. You feel what I'm saying? We devising easy plays to get the ball into our game changers' hands. That's it. You don't see that with the Rams and Sean McVay. They getting the ball in the Cooper Kupp hands. I was just looking at it like that was just ridiculous. From the Commander side, They just don't have a tight end, in my opinion, and they have to consistently run the ball more. And can somebody catch the ball for Carson? I don't know what this dude be doing in the locker rooms, but everywhere he goes, he gets killed with drops. You look at that Curtis Samuel. Curtis, catch the rock. That's a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Then you don't have to worry about this, that, and the third. They luckily pull a game out. Then he had another drop later in the drive that was huge. On third down, I'm like, yeah, Curtis Samuel out there just like, man, forget Carson or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but I think that the Commanders have to find a tight end and then they have to run the ball more. Stop putting so much on Carson. I feel like too many teams over the past few years have been trying to do that. The Commanders are just bad. You feel what I'm saying? They're just bad. But what Chicago's doing, it's like they're purposely holding Justin Fields back from developing. Let's move on. 26 civil case being filed by a woman today against Deshaun Watson for allegedly forcing her to have oral sex. She said he pulled his, like that one kind of got into detail about what he did, about him moving her hand down to his private area, removing his towel, him requesting that she jump on top. She said she didn't have sex with him, but she did feel pressured into giving him oral sex, so she gave him oral sex and he paid her extra. To me, that's prostitution. I'm sorry, as hard as it sounds, anybody at any given time could always say I was pressured into doing something. That's the hard part, because at the end of the day, when you seeing other women getting, you know what I'm saying, 5-6 figure checks and you only got 300, oh yeah, you gonna come back around and try to spin that block at 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, like, if that's what Deshaun was doing, I don't want to sit up here and try to call him like this predatorial monster. Like, yes, he might, you know what I'm saying, have a sex addiction, but that's also, women can say, get out. But y'all know he's Deshaun Watson. So I don't get how, like, that's why I want a female on this, like, this platform to talk about this Deshaun Watson thing, because how does a man force you or peer pressure you or pressure you into giving him oral sex? Like, as soon as you get that vibe, you can't just tell him to get out and pay what he was supposed to pay because he just broke a rule or a regulation? Or did y'all all know that, oh, Deshaun Watson is like this? Because you can't tell me y'all didn't speak to no, I'm not even going to say that. I don't want to get into the logistics and what they knew or what they didn't know. But what these women are admitting to is prostitution. He paid you more than what you charge hourly for a massage session, and you didn't say nothing until other women said something. So if nobody else would have said nothing, if nobody else would have came out, you would have been cool with that extra, you know what I'm saying, what was that, extra $200? But now, because women getting $10,000, $20,000 off of lawsuits, I mean, you would have to be stupid. It's almost just like the dude that got pushed to the ground. You'd have to be stupid to not try to take advantage of that situation. You would be stupid. But in my opinion, I'm not going to sit up here and label Deshaun Watson as this super predatorial monster. It's like, y'all acting like he went in there, ripped y'all clothes off and bent you over the table and said, you taking this wood, sis. Like, no, he offered it. You can't tell me, like what, I'm not a woman, so I can't sit up there and tell you what pressure is, but how, you, like, this is your massage business therapy. Get out, Deshaun. And then you can go back around and then file a police report. Yeah, he tried to, he pulled his man out, this, that, and the third. But the fact that you went through with the sexual act, to me, tells me you couldn't have felt that pressure. You feel what I'm saying? Deshaun's not no ugly dude. Deshaun's not no broke dude. You get what I'm saying? You seeing this dude, young black athlete, pulling up. He probably in a foreign car. You get what I'm saying? And females, they notice different things. They probably noticing the sneakers he wearing, designer sneakers. They probably noticing the type of cards that he got. You feel what I'm saying? Black unlimited cards. These women not stupid. These women not stupid, man. And what y'all really are admitting to is just prostitution in my eyes. And y'all have to bite the bullet on that. You got to sit up there and ask, what type of pressure did he put on you to make you say, let me put this man's penis in my mouth? Like, what was he doing? And instead of just having sex with him, you get what I'm saying? Like, how was it so much pressure that you felt to give him oral sex, but it wasn't enough pressure to give him physical, like, sexual intercourse? That's where I'm lost at. That's where I'm lost at. But like I said, I want a female on this forum to let me know where that pressure could go. Like, let me know. Because I know for a fact women lie when they get caught up in those situations. And women are very emotional, so they can tap into you know what I'm saying, making a tear fall real quick. You get what I'm saying? I'm not defending Deshaun Watson at all. But to see what this woman said, And to try to label Deshaun Watson as like a R. Kelly, a Harvey Weinstein, or even a Bill Cosby, it's not that case. In each situation, Deshaun Watson came to y'all places of business. As soon as you feel this is your place of business. As soon as you feel uncomfortable, Deshaun, get out. Mr. Watson, can you please leave my office? But no, when you got a Ferrari outside, or you got a Bugatti outside, or you got a Maserati outside, you got some Givenchy's on your feet, you feel what I'm saying? You got a Louis belt, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man Lay probably worth $10,000. You see in his cards. Then somebody might tell you, oh, you don't know who that is? That's the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. Come on now. Y'all can't tell me that, man. And then if y'all do, y'all got to come out with more clarification on what type of pressure was put on. Was he getting physical with y'all? Like, what? You can't tell. You get what I'm, like, what pressure? What could he have been saying? Oh, I'm a quarterback. Okay, Mr. Watson, leave. What could he have been saying that you like, matter of fact, maybe I should give this man some oral sex? Like, no, clearly that was already a seed planted in your mind because you seen the positives to it. You seen what you could get out of the situation. If it wasn't it leading to a civil lawsuit, it's still just, oh, I'll be connected to an NFL player. You get what I'm saying? Any given time. Or we might continue to have a relationship. He might like it so much. Maybe that's what was going through these women's mind, is that, all right, if I do this, maybe Deshaun will be around, which, I mean, it's not going to be a bad thing to have an NFL quarterback in your corner. So maybe that's what was going through their minds. But I need more clarification on what was pressure. What pressure did he put you under to make you say, I'm going to give this man oral sex, but it's not deep enough for me to have actual physical and sexual intercourse with him? I need to know that, because when you sit up there and you say he gave you $300 when you only charge $115 per hour per session, that's prostitution. You gave him oral sex for extra money. He paid for a happy ending. We're not going to sit up here as humans with this high moral ground like it's a bad thing that this man paid to get his nut off. We're not going to do that. That's what we're not going to do. Knowing what people do out here, knowing what Americans do out here, knowing what Americans turn a blind eye to, we gonna sit up here and try to crucify this young man for paying for a happy ending? Never. If he did not ever get physical with y'all, why are y'all trying to come out here and paint this man as if he was just going out there? Listen, you turning me on. I got a little something extra for you after this session if you can make this go away. That's not no. I don't see what this man could have did. Like, when he was smacking the oils around. Hey, you gonna give me some heat? You giving me something? You getting this man down? You know what I'm saying? You making me boss. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't affect Deshaun Watson's return to the NFL in week 13 this year. In my opinion, I'm a huge Deshaun Watson fan. I want to see him back on the field. And just in general, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this. I do not feel as though it's this crazy thing. I've got pressured by women into paying for sex. Oh, what, you scared? By a stripper when I was 18 in Baltimore. You feel what I'm saying? We can get into that. I would never come back and say, oh, it was sexual assault, but she definitely pressured me into fucking her and paying to fuck her. You get what I'm saying? Oh, what, you scared? She knew I was a young boy. You know what I'm saying? In the strip club at the daytime. That's what all we used to do when we was in the military. But when you put the shoe on the other foot, it's a whole different story. You get what I'm saying? My thing is, if Deshaun Watson paid for what he wanted and they went through with it, you can't come double back around because you want more money. It felt like this, it felt like that. Come on, I'm not with that. To me, that just sounds like an agreement on prostitution. Let's move on to Russell Westbrook and his explanation for him missing the huddle yesterday, which was magnified. Well, not yesterday, missing the huddles on Wednesday's games. I forgot who they were playing, but it was magnified immediately after that. Had everybody, ESPN, Fox Sports, speaking about it. Is Russell Westbrook misunderstood? I'm gonna say yes, because if it is his routine to not be inside the pregame huddle for the entirety of his career, then that's on Bleacher Report that y'all just reporting that without knowing that. You feel what I'm saying? My man been in the league how long? That's on ESPN, NBA, ESPN, whatever you want to call it, NBA Network. All of y'all cover, y'all get access and exclusive access to the games. Y'all see what every player's routine is. That's like you coming out and saying, oh, this is Steph's new routine, and he been doing it the past 5 years. Like, no. So that's an L for everybody that reported that and didn't know that that's his daily pregame routine that he's been doing since he's been in the league. That's a failure on their part. And then you think about the other one, they are trying to cut it up and get Russell Westbrook out of here, but I don't know if it's just them or if it's somebody from the organization saying, yo, we got to keep the pressure on to make the public see Russell Westbrook in a certain light, and then the pressure will come on for us to trade him. Who knows? Or for somebody to trade for him. Who knows? But I looked at Russell Westbrook's response yesterday, and to me, that was a player that was just like, all this stuff is a joke. Y'all really just trying to paint me out to be something that I'm not. And I ain't with that. I'm not with that at all. Moving forward, though, let's jump on to Saturday and Penn State at Michigan in the big house. Who do I have in that game? Number 10, Penn State at number 5, Michigan. I got my Michigan Wolverines big simply because we got dropped in the ranks. We went from 4 to 5, having Clemson move up in front of us. For what? Bama's been struggling. They haven't dropped out of the top 4 yet. They don't even have a starting quarterback, and they're still in the top 3. But we fall out of the top 5. I feel like we're going to beat on Penn State this Saturday. It's going to be something like 31-17, 31-13, something like that. Blake Corum is going to have a huge game, run all over Penn State, and J.J. McCarthy is going to hit the big plays when needed to. But our defense is going to shine out. Our defense is going to show that our defense is, if not as good, they're better than we were last year with Mike Morris, Oki, rushing the passer to replace David Njabo and Aiden Hutchinson. So I think our defensive backs are way better. I think our linebackers have way more experience this year. So our team is going to come out and punch Penn State in the mouth to send college football a message that the Michigan Wolverines are a powerful college playoff football team this year. Let's move on with my San Francisco 49ers going to Atlanta to face the Atlanta Falcons. And do the Atlanta Falcons stand a chance this Sunday? Of course they stand a chance. They're an NFL team. They're playing up against Jimmy Garoppolo, who could at any given day revert back to his pumpkin self as he usually does at the most critical times. But I do not see them coming out and beating us this Sunday. My Niners are getting on track right now. We're 3-2. We want to put a little distance between us and the rest of the division. We have the number 1 defense in the NFL as far as everything. We're the best defense since the 2000 Ravens right now. That's the pace that we're on right now. We lost Emmanuel Mosley, but we got Jason Verrett coming back. Glad that Jimmy Ward only hurt his hand, so he'll be back later in the season. And the defense is just too stout. We just got to contain Cordell Patterson, and we got to make sure that we keep Marcus Mariota in the pocket. We know he's a mobile quarterback. He likes to run around and create havoc and all that, but also has 4 interceptions on the year, so he's going to give us opportunities. We have to take care of the ball. Jimmy Garoppolo take care of the ball, get the ball into the playmakers' hands, of course, and we'll come out of there with a win easily. And ATL, I'm going to say 27-20 with Atlanta trying to make a push late. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's probably going to be a more dominating win than that 27-20 score is going to reflect. That's the way I see that going. But happy Friday. Have a safe, productive, exciting weekend. See y'all on Monday. Make sure y'all get back on Monday. Y'all know what it is. MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, episode 33. Like, comment, share, subscribe, listen, alert. MizzyWorld Entertainment. Gang.